Hey everybody, welcome to Tattoo Professionals. How you doing? I'm Justin Mercer, your host, and you are
Byron Brown.
Byron Brown. You said I don't talk enough, so I'm gonna take it in my own hands.
That's not true.
I guess when I watch, I guess I don't talk enough. But I'm one of those. I like sit back, let you make a fool of yourself, and I'll just add in my
That's fine. I just didn't want you ever to think like I was trying to monopolize the airways. So I was like, because I didn't say you didn't talk enough. I apologize to you because I framed it in a manner that I didn't want you to take it like an insult. But you're right. That's what I was trying to say.
I think you have a great voice, and I'm not the only one who thinks that. Like you have a great radio voice. You have a good radio face, good radio voice.
Yeah.
Like, I just enjoy listening to you. So I'm amazed every time you talk.
Yeah. But look at you did a great intro right there.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
See, you didn't overthink it.
We'll just start taking turns.
And you just did it. And that worked. You know
better?
what's not working for me? There's a fucking Elf on the Shelf, man.
Oh, why don't you go
Shit. Yeah, Elf on the Shelf. We'll go to Elf on the Shelf. We got to go back.
Shit. You hate Christmas lights.
You know what? Listen, there's guys today hanging Christmas lights.
That.
Yeah, shit, that's bougie, I know.
How much was that?
I think like $12.
$12?
$12, yeah.
Last episode, he did say he was doing it himself.
Yeah, you just did say. And then I came over
So
Saturday
this Elf
and
on the
I saw
Shelf.
a ladder out.
Yeah. Oh, no, so it's funny.
There's a ladder out, but no lights in the house.
So you know what's funny is like, I asked my buddy he was nice enough to bring me a ladder, Eric from C&E. So he drops off the ladder for me. And so I come home and no one's home. And I'm like, okay, I got to hang the lights for the kids. Like I wanted to do it. And the guy who we were going to hire, he got COVID. So I get the ladder out and it's one of those, I don't even know how to describe this ladder, but
It's a foldable ladder.
to me, it's new. I've never used these ladders where, you know, it's not just like a regular ladder. It's one of those ones that bends and like you can make it into scaffolding and all this other shit. So I'm not handy as it is. I'm confused too.
It's like a pocket knife ladder.
It is. It's the Swiss Army knife of fucking ladders. And I was just horrible at it. I honestly, make fun of me, but like the ladder fucking confused me. Then I couldn't figure out my staple gun, the staples weren't long enough to like, it was a fucking
The best
mess.
part of all, you just left the ladder there. You didn't put it away.
Nope,
You're just like, fuck this.
I did. Yeah. And if you notice too, I left out, because I placed all the lights on the ground. I left all of them. So they've been there since Saturday.
Oh, the lights on the ground?
Lights on the ground and the ladder, yeah. Every morning I woke up, make sure the ladder wasn't stolen. Because it's not mine. I didn't give a fuck about the lights. I was like, that's on me, but I didn't want my buddy's ladder stolen.
Partly expensive ladder too.
It is
So
really
why do you
expensive.
hate children's plush animals or plush dolls?
What? Oh, the elf.
Why do you hate something meant for fun?
Well, okay, so this is the thing. So let's rewind. 3 years ago, I believe this Elf on the Shelf craze started.
Yeah.
I thought it was like a Mormon deal where they came up with this idea of having an inanimate object watch you and somehow report it to Santa. I felt like that was a religious thing. I'm not like, honestly, not talking shit about the Mormons, but just that's where it came. Anyways, so we started doing it. I'll be honest, was never really into it. This year, for some reason, one day I put it out and the elf was like roasting a marshmallow. I had a stick with a marshmallow and like a little flame. I did it. Nice. And my girl, like Ava, my youngest, my 9-year-old, I woke her up and I take her out and she's just lights up. Like it was the best feeling, right? So then the next day, I didn't put as much effort into it and it was just like up on a high ledge, right? Which still required a lot of effort, but she kind of came out and she's like, oh, like she was. So then it like kind of made me upset because like I want her to be happy. Yeah. So now every day it's like a big ordeal for me because I got to think. So like yesterday was I took a whole bunch of K-cups, built like a little pyramid and a little chair, put the elf on the chair, and then gave him chocolate milk with a straw, and then put a half-eaten cookie in his lap. Yeah. Wow. Don't put this as the teaser because my girls will watch the teaser on Instagram. But yeah, so, and then she loved it. Her eyes lit up. She was laughing in the morning. So every morning I wake up, I go in and I go, hey, Ava, let's go and see. And then it's our morning routine. So now I'm not hating on it.
Seeing the joy in your daughter's face every
No,
morning.
I don't hate it.
You just said you hated Elf on the Shelf.
No. I did, but now I don't. I'm reformed. I'm a reformed elf hater. But it's a lot of work, man. Do you do it?
Try to outdo yourself? No, my girl does. And
You
she
don't do
gets
anything.
real lazy with it sometimes. I think today was just on the dresser with underneath my hat.
Yeah. So we went out for dinner on Saturday night, and Justin and his girl came over, and that day I had the elf in the spare bathroom, like
You didn't tell me that she told me when we got home.
with a mop, and then I like pulled out the toilet paper and wrapped the toilet paper everywhere, right? And she's pregnant, so she uses the bathroom, right? Like anybody. And I never thought about it before she went in, but she asked me where the bathroom was. I was like, oh, just down the hall, hang a right. And then she comes out, and I think she had to say something. She's like, oh, I had to like pull off squares because like she knows like if the elf moves, my 9-year-old will believe that the elf has lost its special powers, right? So you can't move this stuff. But yeah, I felt bad that she was in there.
She said she just had to pull it off from your little creation.
And I said to her, I felt bad. I was like, oh shit, I forgot, man. I apologize. But they bring a lot of, it's funny, like now I do find the elf endearing. The elf has definitely grown on me. I enjoy the whole elf deal. But I'll tell you what I am having still a lot of problems with, and I order this once to twice a day, is Postmates. So I'm going to tell you something. I'm not proud about this, guys.
Well, is there a reason you don't go out and get the food yourself? Because that would.
Well, the pandemic, A. B, I've just gotten into this routine, which works for me, that I like getting to work right away. I'm one of those guys that's like chomping at the bit to get to work, so I don't want to stop.
Yeah.
So I order it, and then it shows up, and I eat it as I work. I'm like, Forrest is not his head business. I'm like the most anal person about being efficient, so I try to do as many things as I can to make my day as efficient as I can. So one of the things I order every day is 2 sausage and egg McMuffins with a hash brown and a large orange juice.
Sounds good.
So normally the bag comes, and it's a certain weight, right? And so I pick up my bag. This is the bag.
It's a heavy bag.
Yeah.
How many egg muffins were in there?
Well, when I lifted up, I got a little excited. I was like, oh, they gave me extra day. I like my food. This is the only thing that they sent me for my overpriced. That's what I get. I didn't even order fucking chicken nuggets.
This is all that was in the bag.
This is everything. And it's all honey mustard. It's nothing
honey.
else.
It's honey.
Oh, it's just honey.
This stuff's expensive. You could probably jar all this up.
I'll use the honey. But it's almost like someone was trying to, like, who? I didn't even know
This is
McDonald's had
obviously
honey.
someone that
Did you know McDonald's had honey?
No,
I honestly, I looked at it, I thought it was honey mustard.
just leave it on the table. I'm gonna eat one of these during this podcast.
It'll give you some energy.
You want to do a shot?
No. Honey should not be given to infants under 1 year of, holy, we've gotten soft, man.
you wanna
What's
do
the problem with honey with under 1 year?
It's raw. It's raw.
Here, do a shot with me.
What's that mean? No.
You want to do a shot, honey?
No.
It's gotta help you.
You already look fucking diabetic, so you might as well fucking chug honey. Can honey come out of your nose when you're laughing?
Do you know what I had for dinner last night?
Fucking honey?
A salad. Do you know why I had a salad for dinner last night?
No, don't do this. Don't bring up the fucking bullying.
I had
No one
a
believes
salad
you.
for dinner last night. Not only did I eat just the salad, I threw it up when I was done, just in case.
Just in case what?
Just in case there was a calorie or two in there.
Come on.
Yeah.
Don't.
I didn't really do that.
You didn't?
No, but I did have wings and fries. But I did
Oh,
say.
that's basically a salad.
But you know why I had wings and fries? Because now I'm gonna start eating healthier. So I was like, I want one last meal of fried food. So when I left your house last night,
I'm willing to make you a bet.
I don't know if I want to take the bet or not.
Well, no, there's nothing to lose
Okay,
besides weight.
but maybe a leg.
No, you can't cut off limbs to make it.
I meant for the diabetes.
Yeah. How often do you work out?
It's 3 to 4 times a week, mostly 3.
So 2.
3.
1.5.
2.5.
1.5.
2, and then maybe I'll drive to the 3rd day.
Well, listen, I'm down if you want to do a challenge.
Okay.
And I think that we could compete against each other. And we could just do percentage of body fat, which
we're not-
no, but that's what I mean. Like I'm low, so it would be hard for me to beat him. He has an advantage if we go who lose the most body fat percentage. Well, no, I'm not being mean. It's a fact. Like I don't know what I'm at.
have
Like
more
I'm
fat
probably
on
at like 15% or 16% body fat.
If you were to guess, what am I at?
85. Is that high? Or do you think like?
Yeah, I'm probably in my 20s.
Like I said, 31.
Oh, you're definitely in your 30s. Definitely in your 30s.
Well, you did find out I lie about my age quite often.
Oh, yeah, I gotta tell you this. Holy fuck, he brings up a great point. So we're out for dinner, right? And I'm gonna probably get some of this a little wrong, but the nuts of it are correct. So he starts telling about how he lied about his age to his current girlfriend.
To everybody.
And then the story is he had another girlfriend that he lied to, and he said he was like 30. And then she goes 27. And then he goes, at some point in the relationship, he goes, I got to be honest with you. I've lied about my age. And she's like, oh, okay. How old are you?
Well, I was 32 at the time, so.
So then, but what did you say?
I told her I was 30.
So he apologized for lying with another lie. Yeah. So then he went from 27 to 30. And then at some point he goes, fuck, I did it again. I lied to you again. And then he came clean and he goes, actually, yeah, I'm 32.
No, I said 31.
Oh, did you?
And then finally she's like, so how old are you? Like, are you 31? I'm like, yeah, I'm 31. She's like, okay, it's 1 year. It's not that bad. All right, I'm 32. To the point where I literally pulled out my license and had to show her I was 32.
At that point, yeah, you're not going to trust anybody.
Yeah, but I lie about my age.
Yeah.
Even if it's a fucking year, I lie about my age. Someone on my team just asked me how old I was. Told him a year younger.
I've never heard of
Why?
I don't know.
That's the thing. I'd never heard of it either.
And I hate liars, too.
Jesus.
I hate liars, and I do it.
Well, the other thing that's happened with Postmates, I've had a couple times. I've moved in this new neighborhood in July, and like they deliver my food to my next door neighbor's house. My next door neighbor,
football player?
yeah, one of the Arizona Cardinals.
He loves that.
Well, I was worried he was gonna eat it, man. So like I have to, and like the street, like I gotta walk. I'm stopping myself because I know I'm sounding very.
I gotta walk a mile to get to my neighbor's house. In the snow uphill.
Okay, well, listen, you order Postmates for the convenience. So I don't think I'm being bougie when I say, like, my order comes and now I got to walk to get it. I mean, part of the reason I ordered it was so I didn't have to fucking go anywhere. Yeah. Right? But then you got to go over. First it happened with my Popeyes. Do you like Popeyes? Popeyes or Churches?
I'd probably keep that.
Popeyes or Churches?
Popeyes. They have
Yeah,
the better
yeah.
sauce.
Yeah, I think Popeyes hands down. I don't even met anybody who fucks with Churches. So everything's Popeyes. How about Popeyes or Lolo's fried chicken?
Lolo's. I've been going to Lolo's since it was a...
You got, but it's local. I feel like you got to go Lolo's.
I'm disappointed in there.
Lolo's is like a restaurant, though. They make there's not like fast food fried chicken.
Yeah. What, Popeyes isn't
No, it's
a
just
formal
it's
dining
fast
area?
food. Fast
I
food.
thought Popeyes was formal.
No.
Right.
Take the mic with you everywhere.
Oh, sorry. You keep telling me to make it higher. I'm just making it higher, man. And the other thing I don't like about Postmates, and I think Uber Eats is the same, is like, I don't think it's mandatory, but they make it really hard to get away not tipping somebody. And I'll say this. I worked in the service industry. I always tip. Like, you got to give really bad service. Even if you give me average service, I'll tip 20%. But I'll tell you what.
Bad service, too.
Yeah.
I'm just used to tipping.
But you come and you bring me a bunch of fucking honey, which you easily open up and I open up the bag
This
and
is
look.
obvious, like, fuck you. Like,
Yeah.
this is an obvious fuck
But
you.
who has a problem with me at McDonald's? That they're just giving me honey. Or maybe are they telling me I'm sweet?
Maybe they're like Goldberg and Osborne.
Maybe. That's who you would go with. You're definitely a learner and row type of guy. Yeah,
No, I'm the husband and wife team.
that makes sense.
I'm sorry.
I don't even think they would sign you.
They probably don't like hiking up the mountain to get to your house, so that's why they did this to you.
Yeah.
So for you guys who don't know,
No.
there's
So
Camelback
hey,
Mountain.
if we
Byron lives on the very peak.
no, I don't.
Top.
No.
He's the Camelback hump.
No, hey, you know what? Someone I know went to a house on Camelback though, and they said the bathroom was the dopest bathroom they'd ever been into because the bathroom was dug in to the side of Camelback Mountain. And the dude who owns it, interestingly enough, he was one of the pioneers who wrote the algorithm to use credit cards on the internet to purchase things. And if you want to check that out in a movie, look up Middlemen. Middlemen is the movie that was made about this guy who created that algorithm, and now they're billionaires. But that's the house. So I don't live on Camelback because I don't
he
have
doesn't,
that
I'm just kidding.
stupid sort of money.
He's got
you
an
know
apartment.
You know who has stupid money? Tom Cruise. And you know what else Tom Cruise just did?
He's got a bad attitude.
He has a horrible attitude.
We are the gold standard. You're back there in Hollywood making movies right now because of us. We are creating thousands of jobs, you I don't ever want to see it again. Ever.
But he goes on a rant, and it's like a fairly obnoxious rant, where he's telling people they're going to get fired. He's yelling very aggressively, as you can hear.
It's a COVID
I
rant.
could not fucking work for someone like that. I'll tell you what, man.
Do you know why he's so angry?
Why?
Because he's so short.
He is.
Do you know what I learned about the movie industry?
Everybody's short.
Everybody. I was in a rap video, and the rapper, I don't know how to say it, Lil Wayne, he came up to like mid-arm to me, and he was like super skinny. And then I did a movie for Marvel, and they had these boxes like
What
fucking.
movie for Marvel?
It was like a one shot on Thor, the Thor DVD.
Are you in Thor?
No, it's playing with Thor, but it's right after. It's,
What do you
it's an
mean,
Iron
like, you
Man
were
2
playing
spin-off.
with Thor?
It's
Is
Iron
this
Man.
a gay porn or is this the real Thor?
No, it was my vivid videos. and
Okay.
I was the Hulk before all this. No, but they had these fucking soapboxes like all throughout the scene, and it was a prison scene, obviously, my specialty. And I was like, "What the fuck is all this for?" So, do you know Ben Kingsley?
Oh,
So-
no, I guess I got
He's an Oscar winner or
okay.
Academy Award winner. He played the Mandarin in Iron Man. So he
Okay.
was in this. He was in this.
Was he walking on the box?
He's so short. He was walking on the boxes. So when I stood next to him, because in the scene we were standing next to each other, so he would be a little bit taller. He was still shorter than me, but I was like,
what movie was that?
it's called Marvel: All Hail the King.
All Hail the King.
Yeah.
Now I got to try to watch out. You got to make a list. Remember, are you on IMDb?
I never updated it, but yeah, I'm on there.
We should try to find some footage of
I don't
this
think any
stuff.
of my shit's on there. I got to do it. You got to pay for it and do it. I've just been too lazy. But when I asked the producer, I said, "What is this for?" He's like, "Oh, to make the actors look taller." I was like, "Oh, is this in?" And then he told me specifically, any Tom Cruise movie you see, this shit is all over the place.
It's all those Apple boxes.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
yeah.
I knew he was a midget, like short,
We should try to hire Tom Cruise.
to do. Oh, we're not allowed to throw him, probably.
Yeah, we can't.
Can't throw him.
You know,
I'm
feed
sure,
him or throw him.
for sure. There's a lot of gremlin rules with Tom Cruise.
We'll have to stand 6 feet apart.
Yeah, you
gonna
can't put him in
fucking
direct
lose it.
sunlight. You can't get him wet or he'll multiply. That's like, he's not, like the whole Scientology thing. How much, are you familiar
Shit's
with
weird,
Scientology?
yeah.
It's super fucking weird, man. You know what? Any like organized religion like that, it kind of freaks me out.
Is it
Because
all
I feel like
religion
it was,
organized?
well, no, do you know about Scientology? Scientology was created by a guy who wrote fantasy fiction books.
Yeah.
And then he kept writing books, and then one of the books was essentially Scientology. And then they fucking used it.
Isn't that fucking? Did you watch that Leah Remedy?
Yeah, it's fucking nutty to me.
If you're a
And
Scientologist, please tune in. Like we don't judge you.
no, you know what? I'm like super fascinated about it. Have you seen the building? I think it's like on 44th.
It's
When
on
we were going-
40th and just South Indian School.
Yeah, it's a super nice building, eh? Like you see it, and I was wondering. I'm like, man, I kind of want to
You've never
understand
been to-
more about it.
You've been to LA.
Yeah.
Have you not seen the two major?
I think I've seen
my
the
God.
one. I
They're
think
like
I've seen the one.
enormous.
Oh yeah, they're huge,
Yeah.
huge.
They do a lot of casting. They do a lot of videos, and I don't ever cast for them. So
They
you can
won't
see in the
ca-
casting, you'll know which ones are the Scientology, and you go to the center and you film. I want to do one just for the experience, but you can tell which ones, because Scientology, they make a lot of movies,
Really?
but like not like action-packed movies like this, like
Oh, I
movies
never
for
knew
their
that.
own religion or their own
But
people.
why wouldn't they want you in it?
No, they do. They have stuff to cast. I don't want to
Oh.
do it. Yeah,
Oh, like they'll take you even with tattoos. Like I didn't know if the Scientology has
Yeah.
something against tattoos because a lot of religions do.
no,
They're okay with it. You just have to be like some of the shit on that documentary. What was Leah Remini was in that one when they were talking about like, I forget. We got to almost do a segment on Scientology because it was like there's these essentially all these classes you take. And then there's also times where you sit down with someone who's superior to you and like have to tell them like everything that you've done and stuff. Like and then they like track you down and like it's some weird shit, man.
yeah, I'll pass.
Not as weird as Jake Paul. So Jake Paul is at it again.
Hey, look, it's Conor McGregor's bitch right there.
Rolls up on Dylan Dennis. for those of you not watching the video, Jake Paul drives up. He's in the back of a pickup truck. He has a friend with him. Dylan Dennis and some guys are on the sidewalk filming Food Truck Diaries, which is a show Brendan Schaub puts out on social media. I don't know if it's on television. And Jake was, interestingly enough, a few days before this incident on Food Truck Diaries. So he probably knew Dennis was coming. And this is on the heels of Jake Paul talking mad shit about Conor McGregor, telling Conor McGregor his wife was a 4 out of 10. And so he rolls up and with wet toilet paper rolls, chucks him in Dylan Dennis. Dylan Dennis, there might not be a more annoying person or a more shit-talking person on the internet than Dylan Dennis and or Jake Paul.
Yeah.
I feel like this is a match
This
made
is
in
gonna
heaven.
be the fight. Like,
Yeah, well, and Dennis is signed with Bellator. And you know Dana White has said UFC has no interest. Scott Coker may have interest.
why does UFC have no interest? Because Jake's a fucking joke.
Well, yeah. Jay,
He
yeah, right?
wouldn't stand
Like,
a chance.
the
We
only
talk about
person
the
that
fucking balls
benefits
every day on this, or every week
the only
on this
person
thing.
that benefits from Jake Paul fighting Conor McGregor is Jake Paul.
Yeah.
You know, like McGregor's got what, $1 billion fucking whiskey company now. He's got a clothing line. He fought Mayweather and made buku bucks. I mean, like,
I would love to see this fight. Just because
what, Dennis and Jake Paul? Dennis
don't
is a
even
short guy too. Jake Paul's 6'1", $185.
he's a big guy. But
Yeah.
He's not a trained.
But why isn't he called, like, if I was him, and this is where people should shift the narrative, fucking why don't you call out John Jones?
Did you think this was set up?
Oh, I think it's totally set up.
Yeah, I had the feeling when I first saw it, it was kind of set up. So maybe you think they're setting up for a fight though?
I don't know. Oh, sorry. Are you saying like this was set up between Jake Paul and Dylan
Yeah.
Dennis? I don't believe it was set up.
You don't?
No, because you can see footage of Brendan Schaub. Well,
Because I saw the camera crew already there, so but
right,
they
but
were
they're shooting for the
yeah.
Food Truck Diaries, right? So like, I don't know how, because I saw an interview with Jake Paul and someone asked how he knew Dylan Dennis was going to be there, to your point, and he just said he was like something stupid. It's like, hey, this is my city, you got to check in. But I really wonder if Logan Paul, sorry, Jake, I misspoke. Jake Paul wasn't on Food Truck Diaries a couple days ago. It was his brother Logan Paul. And so I thought at that point, Brandon Schaub might have intentionally, unintentionally told Logan Paul, hey, you know who I'm doing in a couple days? Dylan Dennis. And so then Logan tells Jake, and Jake shows up at this exact location. So to your point, it has to be planned on some level.
The way you'll know is when you watch the Food Truck Diary, if the camera just happens to go, oh, right, and the fucking, because it was
Yeah,
planned.
to be continued.
Right, but if the camera fucking goes down, they cut.
And that's how it is. I've already seen the footage, and that's how it is. Yeah, the footage goes like, and then Dylan Dennis is talking, the camera's on him, Brandon Schaub's out. And then you hear Brandon Schaub say something about like Jake Paul or like there's a commotion, and the camera kind of goes like this, and the guy's trying to figure out where the fuck it is.
Oh, so
So you can tell like that the camera guy, at least that camera guy, he didn't fucking know because he was confused.
I bet you'll be happy about this. You see all the hockey players that are calling out the Pauls now?
Okay, listen.
I'm sure your nipples got hard when you heard this.
Well, I have an opinion. I don't state a lot of opinions because people get upset, but I will state this. Hockey players on average, 110% better fighters than any other sport. And why is that? It's because hockey players, man, I had my first hockey fight when I was 12. Like you would fight each other in the dressing room. You'd put on your helmets, keep your gloves on, and that's how you settled shit. And then I had my first take off my helmet. I was 16. I fought a 22-year-old. And like hockey guys, like all hockey guys are known for is drinking, fighting, and banging broads. That's it.
Sounds like the perfect life.
That's the three things. So
I wasted
and
my
it's
time
funny,
with
Jake
chess.
Paul hasn't said shit about any hockey player. Paul Bissonnette, who was a tough guy for the Coyotes for a long time, I don't know if you saw, but Reeves, who's probably the heavyweight champ in the NHL right now, plays for the Vegas Golden Knights, he came out and he said, give Jake Paul Bissonnette. And then Bissonnette comes out and goes, fuck yeah, you guys want to pay me? I'll do it. Crickets from Jake Paul. And like, listen, Bisonet has probably, I don't know, at least probably top 5, top 10 most successful podcasts out right now, Spittin' Chicklets. So it's not like Jake can say, oh, he has nothing, he has no following. Bisonet probably has a bigger following than Nate Robinson. So if you want to fight, or have you seen Ryan Reeves fight? I mean, on skates, the dude's like 6'2", 6'4", 240 pounds, and he ragdolls guys.
But you notice these guys only know how to fight when there's millions of dollars on the line.
Who?
They're not street fighters. They're not going out fighting. They're not
I know.
fighters.
Well, no, but if you're going to act like a fighter, then fucking be
That's
ready
what
to
I'm
fight.
saying. These guys only are interested in $1 million fights.
Right.
Because they know fucking 90% of the other people whoop their ass. And they're going to get their asses whooped for no money.
That's why he's not calling out. Like, why call out
That's
Conor
why you
McGregor?
call-
You
it's
should
a
call out
win-win
someone
for Jake.
in your weight class. Call out a light heavyweight. Call out.
Not only that, it's a win-win. If he loses the fight, he's supposed
He
to
wins.
lose the fight.
Yeah.
He still get $millions.
And-
If he wins, it's like, holy shit, he won the fight.
100%.
It's a win-win.
One of the best fighters in the world beat me. Okay. So
Yeah.
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 You know who's a great fighter, though?
Who?
People that own houses.
Look at this fucking. You had the transition and you kind of let it go.
That was my first transition. We're going to work on it.
But it was good. It was
Okay,
good.
you know who's not a good fighter?
Who?
Porch thieves.
There you are. There you go. So you got this Joker. I hate fucking
I love
thieves.
this video so
So,
much.
you know, everything is left on the porch. It's funny. I got something being delivered today. It's called Remarkable 2. It's essentially like a tablet that you can write, and then your writing switch to text. But it asked me if I was okay with doing no signature upon the delivery. And it's because of fuckers like this that you got to sign stuff. So I love street justice, and I love people getting caught right in the act and getting street justice.
This wasn't like just, this was a fucking ass beating.
Oh man,
This is
the
not
guy.
one or two, like he deserved I can't stand thieves. Like I cannot fucking, like people work hard for their money.
Yeah,
A lot of these people that order, they get packages, they might not have the fucking money and they're still trying to make a good Christmas or whatever it is, but I hate thieves. I fucking hate them.
and especially to your point, this time of year, like that could have been a package delivered by this guy's grandma, fucking cookies or something. Like my grandma used to knit me blankets and make me custom hats. Never want to wear that hat out in public, but like you didn't fucking throw it out and it was still meant something to you. So yeah, these guys, man, it's funny. I saw someone else post something, again, someone breaking into cars and stealing. I think it was Killer Mike who posted it.
It's Killa Mike.
Killer Mike?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Hey.
Is that, I don't know if you're allowed to say killer.
you are.
Are you?
He's a
Am I?
killer.
It's not Ghostface.
It's
killer.
Yeah.
Ghostface killer with an H.
Ghostface killer.
Hey, is this legal?
What legal?
If I catch someone stealing my property and beat the shit out of them?
Yeah.
Like the way he did it though?
Yep. Well, I should say this.
If they're trying to run off
I don't think the bringing back part, I guess it's somewhat problematic. So the way that guy would get off is you are able to use as much force as necessary to prevent a crime. So if you're this guy's lawyer, the guy who gets beat up, you would make the argument that the physical violence went too far. And he could get charged with assault because of this video for going too far. I say could because these are the other two factors. I do remember a story out of Texas a while ago where a father walked in on someone molesting his daughter and he beat the fuck out of the guy to like death and they didn't charge him.
Good.
That's Texas. Now that happens in California. I'm assuming the guy gets charged, right? So that's the other thing I think, like every venue is different. That's actually in the legal field, we talk about venue shopping because specific venues, AKA courts, are more favorable on some issues than others. Like state court's better for some, federal's better for some. So yeah, it does depend on the state you're in if you're gonna get away with this. I also think it depends on the size of your city. If you're in a small rural town, something like this, cops probably just let go. But again, something where it's going to get more high publicity and they're going to get pressure on them. Because listen, I think every cop is going to agree with you that someone who commits a crime gets their ass beat to some level.
Yeah.
But the severity of that is where we have a little bit of an issue. But
Hey, I got a question.
yeah,
When was the last time you pooped your pants?
last time I pooped my pants.
Yeah. Do you have a? Yeah, when was the
That
last
was
time
that
you
was a
pooped your
good that was a
pants?
good transition. Justin's swooping in here.
I'm a professional now.
Yeah. He's catching me.
You know what? Next week is just going to be me on the podcast.
Yeah, it's just gonna be you. You're
The
gonna take
tattoo
it.
professional.
Questionable. The backup Trace McSorley was over here warming up. He is now in the.
Here comes Lamar Jackson. Jackson trying to throw for it, and he's got it. Marquise Brown hangs on to the football and scores.
And just to clarify, you didn't have to use the bathroom or anything in the back, right? You know, there was a lot of.
I ain't putting Paul Pierce. I didn't put Paul Pierce.
So I'll tell you, I sharded my pants. How recently? I would say 12 years ago, San Antonio, Texas. It was a hot, humid July day. And I was walking to my car. I got in, and then I don't know why I realized I really had to poop. And so I was like, oh, damn, okay. I really had to poop, right? Like any misstep was going to cause me to poop my pants. So I get out of the car. Somehow I lock my keys in my car. I'm not making this up, man. And so when that happens, I thought I was okay to let a little fart out, like to give me a little room, like a little space. That was a problem. It gave me space, but in a wrong way. It gave me space in my stomach because some poopy came out. And so then I had poop in my pants. My keys were locked in the car. It was a hot, humid July day in San Antonio. If you've been to San Antonio, it's like 90% fucking humidity and it's $110 and you got poop in your pants. It's not a good day, right? So I get into the bathroom. Like I throw away my underwear. Luckily, the underwear was the only casualty of the whole thing. And then I called Papa Lock. And actually, the whole brightest part of the story was I thought it was going to be they're waiting for Papa Lock for like an hour or two, right? The guy showed up right away. And I said to him, I'm like, you know what? That's the best part. He goes, what happened? I'm like, I just shit my pants. The guy was like stunned that I told him. I was like, well, it happened. I'm like, I think it happens. I don't think I'm alone when I talk about like this. But like, yeah.
I have pretty good control of my bowels, though.
You've never
I got
sharded.
Tight sphincter muscles.
You've never sharded.
No, I've had close calls.
Have you sharded?
I just made
Come on, guys. You have? There we go. See, now I only feel like him and I are being honest.
I'll tell you.
Dude,
Because
my ass is
I feel
tight.
like every one of my friends has told me that he has sharded.
Me and my asshole are like this. We got a good connection. We got good chemistry. My brain hooks me up. Like, hey, you're going on a date. You might want to poop now because I'm gonna have to do it later. And we hook each other up. We
See,
look
I
out for each other.
gotta see why that doesn't work for me is like a lot of times my bowel movements occur after I eat. So if I'm out with the wife and we're eating, well, we already talked about this, but
Did you poop at the restaurant on Saturday? It was a nice bathroom.
I did poop in there. I did poop. I hovered too because the toilet was a mess. That's the other thing I don't fucking
shared
get.
bathroom.
For every fucking guy out there, how come you can't take the foot of your shoe, lift up the toilet seat, and then pee? It fucking baffles
Oh
me
my
why do you
want
leave
me
the
to go
seat
off
down?
right now?
Yeah,
I cannot fucking stand grown men that pee on toilet seats.
I can't either.
The gym, wherever it's at, like you're a grown man and you can't fucking lift the seat. Like I would.
Like grab a wad of toilet paper, use your fingers, but use your fucking shoe. Like that's the thing. And it's like the easiest thing to do. Use your shoe, lift it up.
Do you know where that stems from?
Be honest. Do you piss on toilet seats?
If I'm out drinking,
Get the
at bar,
fuck outta
I'll
here.
pee on the back of the toilet, even like that.
Oh my
I've
god.
got-
Get him
He's
out
the
of here.
asshole.
Get the fuck out of here.
No,
How about you?
Piss on toilet seats. I'm not that guy.
No, do you lift it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I always lift it.
I don't even like.
Especially if there's it's a women like that restaurant's women shared. So I'm like, especially even because I don't want my fucking girl or my mom.
I got great.
You just told us you pissed
You
all
just
over the
told
back
me.
of the toilet.
I've been known to be at a bar and piss on the floor.
Well, that makes you an asshole.
But not in my house. Where women
Put a
are
picture of
usually
yourself on here.
Yeah. So
There's
now we want to
asshole of the
see.
day.
Yeah. Asshole of the day.
Do you know if you ask my kids what are the two things your dad will lose his shit on?
Yeah.
Like I will yell at my kids like they're grown men. One, if they're ungrateful. Like if I hate when they're
That's a
not grateful.
problem.
And two, if they ask to use the bathroom in Walmart. Like I
Why?
will literally lose my
Why?
fucking
Why?
shit.
What's
'Cause
with the Walmart bathroom?
Walmart bathrooms are just like a
Any
place
public
that's just-
bathroom or just Walmart?
Walmart specifically.
Really?
I've taken my daughter when she's a baby to hover, and this is like there was piss all over the seat. So I'm holding her up, and I was a single dad at the time. Girls pee differently than guys. If you guys didn't know that, so I figured. So I thought holding her with her legs, so I held her like her legs in my arms and her bent over. I thought I could just
So
like,
she's
aim
facing
her.
forward
Yeah.
and her butt's back here.
No. Her head's right here.
Yeah.
Her back is like this. So here's her tush, and her legs are in my arms.
Oh,
I figured I could spray it like that, like aim it.
Man,
Right?
I'm
So
not
girls,
saying
because I thought girls pee down. I didn't know. So I'm holding my daughter like this, and she just like her face is all weird because I'm not wiping down a seat. Like she's not going anywhere near that fucking seat. So she starts peeing and it's spraying all over my jeans, like it's going forward. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, how do you aim this thing? So I'm tipped her upside down now.
how do I aim this thing?
But the way I must have squeezed and had her legs, like the piss was going everywhere. It's like going all over me. So since that day, like my kids, if they ask to go to the bathroom at Walmart, I will lose my shit.
I bet, man. That makes sense. Hey, with that shit and piss, we are out.
That was a good way to end.
I hope everybody has a very happy and safe Christmas. We are off next week. We will be right back at it the week after that. As always, appreciate the support. Go to our Instagram profile to subscribe.
Do you want me to end it?
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Chuck and deuces.